Hey, good morning. So we got everything. Oh, look at that. There it goes. So we got the little
Hey, there
alien
goes the little
walking on.
guy.
That's pretty
There he
funny.
goes. He did his little jump. Is he going to go back? There he goes.
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
So
Awesome.
we know it's working. All right. So the yeah. So at the end of last week, we had gotten the adventurer to be able to kill the dragon.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what is going on there?
What has happened? Did you open the right project? Because we had a couple
Oh,
versions.
the map didn't switch right. So look at the map. So this has the two gates on it, right? The top and the
Yeah.
bottom.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't like that when it
Oh.
had a wall there at the top. That's weird.
Do we have to like set the costume when we first hit the flag, maybe? Did we not do that? That's like a
But it did
starter?
it. It did it the second time I started it.
Ah, very interesting. Okay. But now it's working, so I guess we'll roll with that for now.
Oh, you know what's interesting? So this has a hard-coded switch to costume one.
Costume room one, yeah. Oh,
I'm wondering
wait.
if we should take that out. Here, here's what here's what my guess is.
Okay.
Anyways, is this happened, the show, and then this was a little bit after this. So it went to the room, it changed to the room, and then switched it to room one, which is the one where it has the top closed
So it
off.
popped it back again.
Yeah, so it was a timing issue, so that one happened before another. So if we take this out of there, because we don't really need it, because all we're doing here in this start here is saying let's make sure the background sprite is showing. Let's put it to the
Mhm.
back layer. Let's
Mhm.
put it in position and make it gold. Right. So that's all
Right.
we're really doing. So I think we don't need to actually do that because the change room happens right at the beginning for adventure, I believe.
Okay.
Um,
Right. Right. Because it's going to fire anyway and set us. That's what you're saying.
yes. So then we're gonna say, hey, here, set the,
Yep.
here, changing rooms, right? So
Right. Because the adventurer knows where it's supposed to start. We don't need the room to know. Okay.
yeah, exactly. So I think we're
Cool.
safe for that. That was weird. I wasn't expecting it. It was like I went through the gate and then I couldn't get out of it. I was like, hey, why? Yeah. So here's the other problem that we found at the end of the last one was I'm actually able to carry around two things at a time. Um, so now we had that where we can kill the dragon. So the dragon is now dead, which is good. We have slain the dragon. I think let me restart it, but I think the dying portion wasn't complete either. Like,
The dying for the adventurer, you mean? Like getting caught.
yeah. Oh,
Certainly didn't have like the it eats you thing like the real game had.
that's true. Yeah,
But
I
it
guess.
is
I mean,
sending us back to the beginning.
at least it is resetting the game. So that's kind of what it does. The only thing is that it resets the whole game.
Yeah, like it puts everything back into position. Is that how it works?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Maybe it doesn't because I think I just reset it and ran in there. So like if I leave that there, I think this will work. I think it will.
So okay, so if you go die, then
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
and then you come in. So the
Yeah.
game
Yeah. Yeah.
retains its state.
Okay. I thought we did that, and I was like, but everything was back where we left it, and I was like, ooh, that's not right. But it's because I just ran there real quick to see what happens when we die. So that is looking. I mean, that's pretty good. So the two issues, um, I think right now the one big issue that we have left is the fact that you can do this instead of
Yeah, yeah,
that's not
that is definitely a bug. That does not happen in the original.
no, no.
We'll call it
Um,
Adventure Two.
I think
As in, you can
what's
hold
that?
two items. So we can call it Adventure Two, as in you can hold two items.
Adventure. Yeah, right. There we go. That's it. It's the Adventure Advanced.
Yeah,
Um,
the next adventure. All right,
the
yeah.
next
So
adventure.
I guess we're going to need like something about like a global adventurer variable that says it's holding something as opposed to which. Do
Do
we
we
have a test before the pickup?
do we do that, or do we do a broadcast that says I just picked something up? I feel like that's gonna be it. Because what should happen is you drop the other one and pick up the new one.
Does it happen on contact, or do you have to drop and then go pick up?
No, no, it's like on contact. That's what made it hard to play.
All
Because
right, so it's a swap.
yeah, because if everything was close together, like you keep, getting running into different things. Here,
Yeah. Okay.
maybe we should bring up. Let's just do a quick. Let me do Atari. Atari.
Oh, look, there already is an adventure too.
Oh, you think they actually did one?
Looks like it.
2007. Oh, this is from
Into-
Flashback. Oh, maybe they did do it too. Kind of looks like it.
It does kind of look like it.
Really? Boneheaded developers? You know,
I know. No respect.
yeah, right? I
mean, unless the person that wrote that was a developer, then they get to say it, right?
I don't know. I don't think that that's appropriate either.
Yeah. It is pretty easy to cast dispersions.
It is. It is. It is. What?
Is something happening there? It looks to me like something's blinking.
There is nothing happening.
You don't see like a bar on the left side there? Is that just...
Oh, that's weird. I don't.
Okay, that might be like just like a Skype artifact or something.
Oh, these are ones to download. That may be something I should get set up. Maybe get like a local emulator so I can just download the ROM for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, anything we're going to do through the browser is going to be kind of a hack, right?
Right. All right, so... Oh, this is really slow. Let's see if I come over here and then...
Uh-huh. So it swaps it.
You know what? It also makes a sound.
Does it? I can't hear it.
You can't hear it, but it does. It makes a...
Like a click or a pop or something?
Yeah, like a beetle-leap, beetle-leap. You'll be able to hear it on the stream, like when you listen to it, but...
Right,
You'd
like a little
recognize
chime.
it. Like as soon as you hear it, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember it doing that."
Yeah, well, right. It's probably like one of like 16 chimes you had on the Atari to work with.
Yeah, right. Well, what they had like what 4-bit sound?
Yeah, it's like probably the same sound that like pole position made when you went like, past the curve or something.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. This has been.
I still don't know what those black lines are for. Like if that was just a hack.
I know, right?
Somehow that does something. I still feel like it does something.
I mean, this would be interesting to try to see. Oh, you know what? The dragon doesn't. Oh. Ooh, maybe you get like 2 lives. That's why it kind of hits you, and then.
It seems almost like once he closes his mouth on it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like that maybe there's some kind of timer that if you're touching when he closes his mouth, you're gone. You're in his belly.
I think, well, so just because you can't hear the audio, there's it makes a sound each time. Like it made a sound 3 times and then it swallowed you. So I don't.
Oh, so you got like chances.
Yeah, so I think like you may have been able to get away from it if, like if I had ran away. Yeah, so.
I'm gonna do a little search on my.
So this gives us the. Yeah, Yeah, so you can see how it drops the key at the same time as like when you're doing it. So the question is, I'm trying to think of like what we want to do to make that our how we want that to happen. We could maybe we can give since you can only hold one thing at a time, maybe we do make a global variable that uses like a number to identify which item it is right?
Yeah,
So
you could almost create an enumeration if you really wanted to, but
yeah,
there's not that many things, right? There's a few keys
yeah. Well, you've
and
got
the
what?
grail.
You got a key, you got your sword. Well, yeah, you got
Mhm.
3 keys, right? You got your sword, you've got the chalice, you've got the magnet, and you've got the bridge, and you got the dot.
Right. And the bridge is kind of a weird thing. I mean, it's still a touch, right? You still carry it around, but can you just drag it all over the place? Or is it, I felt like
You
it was kind of on guardrails in some
no,
way.
no, you can drag it anywhere.
Okay.
That's one of the. Let me try that. I should have left that
Yeah,
in.
it's sort of how you can lose the game, right? Because you can put it somewhere that it's just now you're done.
Yeah, you could definitely end up there. That was one of the many problems that I've ran
So,
into.
John, I'm doing a little search here about the lives kind of situation. It looks like there was a toggle switch that had like the skill level, like easy and hard, right on the that
The
game
game
select.
select.
Yeah, so I think that had to do with, it looks like a few different things. It had to do with the bat, but it might have had to do with how many times you can get hit. Like, because there's this bite cycle.
Right.
There can be eaten by a dragon if it's caught in its bite cycle.
Ah, okay. Oh, that'll be an interesting.
Yeah. So the dragons regenerate when you get killed.
Oh, that's a good thing to know.
So the stuff stays where it is, the gates stay open, but the dragons regenerate. It says after you get killed.
That makes sense.
Level 1 is the easiest. It's got simpler rooms, and
Yeah.
it doesn't include the bat or the white castle or the red dragon
Yeah, or the
maze
what?
or the maze.
Well, the one includes the maze. It just doesn't include the hidden maze.
Oh, the invisible maze,
Yeah,
right?
the invisible maze.
And then level 2 is the full version. Level 3 is the same, but the objects are randomized. And that's about it. Okay, so the hardest is you don't know where to go to get your items. They're all over the place.
Oh,
Okay.
because it's random.
Right, that's the hard part. So 1 is the chopped down version. You don't have a bat. There's things missing. You don't have the hidden map, the hidden maze. 2 is the full version. 3 is the full version with randomized items. Okay.
Yeah. So see, you can pick up the bridge, and I can
Mhm.
take it anywhere.
Neat.
But you can see the magnet pulls stuff towards it. So you have to be careful with the magnet because it can start drawing stuff all over the place.
Right.
But this, yeah. So then you can use this to go across the water here because this is.
Yeah, it's a bridge.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to try to figure out how to make that work. I don't know.
It is going to be interesting, John, right? Like, how are we going to do that?
I don't know. Oh, but yeah. So I think.
All right. So we've taken a look at what's existing there and how all that works.
Yeah. So I think we can. Yeah, I do think that what we'll probably. I think it might work to just have one item at a time.
Right there you want. You got the grail back to the golden capsule.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a winner. All right. Yeah, so I think that doing it that way might be best. So
Okay.
we'll want. So we need to. And you said we can actually do like an enumerator.
Well, we would no, we couldn't. I don't. There's not
Enumerable?
an enumerator block, but it would be like kind of a list deal. So we could create an enumeration variable instead of just having a bunch of them loose.
Oh yeah. So that's what I was gonna. That's what I was thinking about doing, right? So we would just do, just maybe make something called item held.
I'm gonna
Excuse
throw
me.
up some fireworks here. Just knows my
Right.
mom's watching. So
Look at all those fireworks right behind your head. I think it's a nice ground display.
it made the stream reload for me.
Oh, did it?
It's funny. Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm gonna do it first with the key, I think, and see if we can get the key to work, right? Because we have the is held
Mhm.
here already, and so I think what we would want, we'll make the key 1. Oh, you know what? So what we should do is actually set the make sure to set it at the beginning to 0.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'd end up with some weird behavior between runs.
Right. So and 0 is nothing's held, right? So that's what we'll always set it back to
Yes.
when we drop. Okay. So that's good. So now we've kind of taken possession of that a little bit.
Yeah. So now we need to do the operator on this because now we're not doing that, right? So we want to say this will just do that, right? So then we'll do variable. So this will be 1. So say item held is equal to 1 will be the same as is held.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll replace those.
Well, it's the same for the key, right?
Yes.
Item held equals 1 equals key is held.
So let me duplicate that one. I'm going to put that down here. And duplicate it again and put it down here.
And yeah, you have a set on
Yeah,
that.
so, yeah, so then here we would just do item held and set that to
0.
0.
And you got those broadcasts to mess with because there's an is held down there.
Oh yeah.
So that will be 0 instead of false.
Well, we
right?
don't even need this one then, right? Because
we reset it when we reset the adventure anyway.
yeah. Oh, we gotta make sure we do that, right? So I think but I do need to make a copy for this here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
And you can delete that. Is that a local that is held?
yeah. I was gonna leave it for the moment.
Okay.
Until we get to that, because I was like, just in case we need to come back to it for some reason. But I should go over to the adventure because if we had that, yeah. So we need to add that the set here as well. There we go. That way we don't have to worry about it anywhere else, right? So that'll do that clearing for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I let the adventurer deal with it. That makes perfect sense. Now that we're in a more global situation with the items, right?
Yep. So now I should be able to come over here and pick it up. Okay, maybe I
something
can.
went a little wrong. We still have that is held to false. Is that affecting anything?
I don't think it's.
Item held equals 1.
Oh yes.
Is
well,
held.
it's not. It's actually not its fault. It's that I don't have the.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not setting this anywhere, right? So.
Yeah, you're still using the is held instead of the item held.
Yeah. Oh man.
You might need another one of them. I feel like.
Pull that out. This back.
Is that all? Is that the only spot that's left?
Yeah, because this is saying if it's shown.
Yeah.
And it's not held and it's touching the adventure.
Right. Okay. Yes, I agree.
So I think that'll do. Let's we got it restarted. All right.
Well, we picked it up.
Still pick up 2 things.
Yeah, but we didn't address that yet. We just set ourselves up to be able to address it.
Correct. So now we can do the.
Did you make the castle bigger?
I did not. It's just bigger. Mine's bigger than the original game.
Okay, it's because we were just looking at it on the other game. Then.
Yeah,
All right.
I've noticed that too. I was like, we can always adjust that kind of stuff. That's not as, it's not as terrible.
It's not a problem at all, really. I just was looking at it. I was like, it looks big. All right, so go.
I know.
Moving on.
Everything's kind of big. The adventure is a little big. The key's a little big. The sword's a little big. Like everything's just a little bit bigger than I think it should be. So we may have to adjust. But when we go to sell this to the Snap Atari group,
Yeah, right. Pretty sure they'll just sue us, but okay.
Yeah, right. Sword. I was like, wait, I know we were about to do something here.
Yeah,
so
we have to.
Yeah,
It's deal.
Yeah, so now we do the same thing here.
Sword is going to equal 2, right?
Yes, we're going to make it 2. Make that 2. We also need an operator, so we can say. Let me stop that. I want to say, is the item held equal to 2? I'm going to need a few of these.
Okay.
I need another one of those because I need that to go to 0 for when we unhold it. All right, so drop this in there. Oh, I was like, I lost where the item was. So take this out. We don't need that one, but we do need this one. Put this back in there. Cool. Now we use this down here to check that. It is held. And then we check it here also. And then this is when we drop it. So we want to, when we hit the space bar is when we actually drop the sword.
And that's a 0.
And that's a 0. This may just work. If this actually works, that'll be pretty awesome.
It kind of seems like it will, John. I got to tell you.
I know. I'm with you.
Boom. Just boom.
Just boom.
Oh. Did you hit the sword again?
Yeah. Yeah. That is incredible.
Yeah. Success.
Yeah. I wonder if we could.
See, we did ourselves a service by sort of isolating the way that we did that, so that we could kind of go in there and just swap it out for a global identity variable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because all the other stuff, that the other way that it worked, we did ourselves a favor in the engineering of this. So that's awesome that was that easy.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I guess that comes from kind of knowing what it's probably going to do in the future, so we were able to kind of identify it earlier. But
Right.
I mean, this is pretty slick. I have to tell you, part of me wants to add a sound to it.
It's easy to do.
Are there any good sounds that kind of come?
I don't think with Snap. Maybe there might be some.
Oh, you can play a note.
Well, if you go to sounds on the tab on the sprite.
Oh, are you not seeing my screen? I'm on that.
No, not in the palette. On the sprite palette, like where costumes is. Yeah. So now I think you can record one, but is there an import button here or something? There's not.
Well, you just drag it from the computer onto here.
Yeah. So you'd have to import it from somewhere, I guess. Because there's a couple things, like I think there's a couple backgrounds built in that if you go into like the background area, it has them. But it doesn't look like
I gotcha. Is there what's a turbo mode?
I think you should turn that on.
I know, right? I just noticed this. This is kind of interesting. What is all
Log
this?
pen vectors? Hmm. Where is it logged to, I wonder? Is there some output window that you can turn on?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Oh, maybe it puts it out to the like the debug window for the browser, right? So like if in Chrome, like if you go hit F12, actually pretty much most of them.
Okay, like the browser console.
Yeah, so maybe it puts it in the browser console there, so you can get to it.
Interesting.
That would seem to make sense, but can I? Let's see if I can just record a sound here. No. It does not want to work.
You have to configure your microphone because there's a snap.berkeley.edu
Oh,
to
wait a minute,
use your
there it is.
microphone. Yeah.
You know what? I was looking for it. I didn't see it.
It was
though.
subtle, dude. It was like all dark on dark.
All right, let me try another one.
Is that what good? You want to try? We'll try
That's what it
again?
sounds like. See, I just
that'll work. You're gonna
Yeah.
call
I should. Let me rename it to that.
Luupup.
Boodle.
Funny.
Boodle. There we go. All right. I don't remember what it sounded like. Let me see. Oh, the game. Yeah, it's kind of close. So,
Like the guy from Police Academy.
so are these sounds then tied specifically? So I have to do this on each one.
Yeah. The short answer is yeah, but you can take it and stick it to like our walls or something like that that's always there. But you're still going to have to broadcast to the wall to make the sound.
To make it do the sound. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, I can export it at least, so I can then drag it onto each one, so I don't have to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could. I think you might even just grab it there and drag it onto the sprites right over in the.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, good. So I can put this...
maybe it definitely works that way in Scratch. It looks like it worked.
Yeah. I don't know why it's giving me this error message. Apparently, it's not a number, but it's working. Like I hit play and I can hear it.
Okay. Weird, but okay.
It's so funny. Oh my goodness. So I gotta put it in where it picks it up. Here we go.
So it's going to be weird with that dragon with that bite cycle. I don't know. It just keeps popping back into my head. It's like, how are we going to do that?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to make it exactly like that.
Yeah, we should try. What's the point otherwise, right? I mean, there's always a time to punt, but I don't think it's before we start.
All right, so.
I'm gonna have to turn up the sound
So
on the stream.
Either that, or I can try to share this sound.
I can hear it now. Oh, it's great.
That is really funny.
All right. That's too much fun.
I'm gonna have to now I'm gonna be making sounds for everything, dude. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna make the
Oh, can I do the dragon?
You can't get the game like ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Oh
man.
my goodness. That is very cool. All right. So now now we can do all sorts of. All right, so I think this should be smaller. Let's make this 120. Now we can. Whoa.
Oh, I hit the mic. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Wait a
What
minute.
happened?
The sword isn't going with me.
Oh, what happened there?
It's like it lost. Maybe I didn't set it somewhere for the room change. Oh, wait a minute. That's what it is. It's because it's over here to the side. The is held.
Ah, is held.
Yeah, so it's still using the is held, so that's why we ended up with that problem. So I need to drop this in here. Is there anything else with this? No, I think
I can hear the music now. That's kind of cool.
it's because I hit the. So now I'm sharing through Skype the audio. You know what we haven't really done yet is now having multiple keys. So
Right. So that was sort of on my mind, John. I'll tell you, when we were doing all this, it's like, all right, so now do we do the other keys and the other items since we have sort of a pattern we can work? Or do we say, okay, now we have a pattern, let's do a new thing?
yeah, well, I think the part of the thing is that this really should be a golden key because this is the golden castle.
Right.
So my thought was maybe we should set this one so it's gold, which it looks like it should be, but it's not.
But it's starting from black instead of that red. So didn't we decide that that
Yeah,
did impact it in some way?
Yeah. Oh, does it not? It doesn't seem to affect the black at all. I thought it did, though. Ooh, that's unexpected.
Yeah.
Maybe black doesn't affect the color. Yeah, so it's kind of a bummer because I can't just change.
Yeah, because there's not like a.
Oh, wait a minute. I have this
Oh.
one. Oh, there we go.
And now you should be able to set that to gold because that was already red, right?
Yeah. It's too.
Is it shaped right?
It is. It's not the same as the other one, right? So the other one, this one I did here was like up at the top, but if you look at like the game, you can see it actually is shaped.
Okay, so it's actually correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that this wasn't correct because I just kind of threw it together. I wasn't paying attention, so I kind of did one here that was more like it. So we could probably get rid of this one. And we'll just leave that one, but we should probably set the costume.
Just to be, yeah.
Yeah, so we can set that to that one. So now this may actually work here. There we go. So that does turn it gold.
And it's gold.
Yeah, I'm just not. Oh my goodness. I may have to turn that off at some point.
I know. It's a little counterproductive. It's so funny.
I could see how this would be all you would do in a class.
But you do it all like it sounds like pigeons when you do it that many times in a row.
I know.
Oh no. Oh.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So we got a gold key. Very good.
We got a gold key. So do we think we would just
Well, what's the next thing that we can't do if we were to play if we look at the game, right? The emulator.
right?
So we can do a bunch of the stuff. So what can't we do yet?
So, well, we don't have the maze. We also don't have the lines here. We don't have the extra dragon.
Right. And there's some additional rooms too, right? Like what's up there? Just oh, that's the maze.
Yeah, the maze is here. Yeah, I don't have any of the graphics for the maze yet. I had something that had it kind of defined. I found somebody had taken the first level and said, "Here's how the maze is defined," and what they actually did was laid out the map and said, "Here's where this goes to," because like the way it's laid out, like if you go this direction, it actually sends you to a screen that's like over to the right, kind of a thing. So somebody had kind of drawn it out. So I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, we can use that to do it," but I still have to go through and actually draw the lines.
Right. Draw it, and then I guess you would just slice it, right? So you'd have each picture.
Yeah, because we got to make sure they're lined up properly, right? Because otherwise, this breaks when we try to do it.
Mm-hmm.
What was pretty fortunate that as long as you're touching this side of the screen, it goes to the same place. Like it's not like each one of these portals go to different screens. So
right or left goes to the same room.
well, I guess what I'm getting at is that when going through here is the same screen that you go to over here, right? So we went back to this particular screen.
Oh, it's okay.
And so
they
it's
all
not
lead in there.
Yeah, so it makes it so that they're at least not jumping. Each section isn't jumping to so each one of these isn't jumping to a different screen. They're going to the same screen. The thing is that so over on this side. So if we take a look at this one, right, and you can see it's got the kind of the mirror image of this over there on that side. When we go over to this direction, it's actually it's that one.
But it's a different one.
Well, it is, but it's there was a piece of this where you actually jump back over to the left.
Oh, that ends.
We'll have to get that. I'll get the map for next week. Make sure we have that ready to go.
But we don't have a maze yet.
Oh, but so this portion here, that's what it is, right? So this portion here, you can see this is the middle. This is the middle that goes up to the next room that will get you to the castle, right? But to get to it, you go this way, go up here, and then I believe it's going this direction. So now we're at the bottom of that room.
Now you go straight up and out.
And now you go up and now. But so you can see we were actually over here on the right because it went over to that other section, and then we came down at the bottom left of this, right? So it's got that.
Yeah, so that's a little weird, but
yeah, and you can see the size of the castle compared to the room is different. So I think one of the I guess that won't be so bad because we're just going to have duplicates of the stuff. We're just going to have 3 keys. We're going to have 3 castles, 3 gates. Because I was trying to. So part of the concern I had was on the gate here, we're actually say, is the key touching? Well, now instead of this being called key, we should probably rename this to Golden Key.
Right, because it's Golden Castle.
Yeah.
What you trying to do, John?
I was trying to rename it. I was but I forgot. I was thinking I could right click on it to rename it.
Excuse me.
So now if I make that change, this breaks everything, right? Yeah, so I gotta actually change this to Gold Key. But I think we actually touched the adventure, so we're fine. So that should still work now. Okay, so I should be able to go pick up the Gold Key. Awesome. All right. Now, when you were looking up the stuff on adventure, did you have to hit the dragon with the pointy side of the sword?
You know, I didn't see that part. Let me.
I only asked that because I feel like I see when I see people do runs in the game, that's what it looks like it does. I could tell you were about to shrink on the stream, Pete, because like your screen stuttered, and I was like, oh, maybe it's frozen now. Man, and you're using the Surface Book 2? Oh, but you're still using the dock, right? You're still using the docking station.
I am still using the dock, although I did check the firmware and it's good. It's up to date. So, because I do have the update tool, because I've had to do it before.
Yeah, I was only even asking that question because I feel like I've run into. I stopped using the dock because I was running into problems.
Mm-hmm.
So
I believe that. Yeah, I would like to go to. We talked about it before. We'd go to like a USB.
Yeah, there's one that I'm actually using that I think was pretty reasonably priced, and I can send that. I can send you one.
Yeah, I think that the cheapest ones I was seeing were in the ballpark of like $40, but they only had like one video out. It wasn't a robust one. So yeah, talk about it.
How many video outs are you looking for?
I've only got at this point 2 displays set up, so it's not that bad. At one point, I had like 3 or 4. Like I had a lot at one point.
Are they HDMI?
You know, that's a good question. The big one is.
Okay.
I think that the smaller, like the 25-inch, I think is it's like a DVI or the VGA plug. I think I'm running a VGA plug on it.
Oh.
And then I have that into an adapter that's going into the mini video port or whatever. Yeah, display port. So I don't know. I'll work it out.
All right. Yeah. So we got. All right. So we've got the key. We've got those. I'm almost wondering if we should just like fake a room. Like kind of almost put the. Make this room here be the Black Castle, just for the time being, and then we can move it once we get the map in.
Yeah. Well, actually, the rooms are defined in that list. So if we create the Black Castle, we can just make it show up at whatever doorway we like by adjusting that last variable.
Well, that's kind of even this, right? Because I just portaled over to this. So here, I want to start this over again, so you can kind of see. It's kind of funny. What we've done is going to help a lot, I think.
Oh. It was touching the gate. That was weird. So it just went up.
How come the key didn't?
Yeah, shouldn't that go? Oh, is it maybe we have to set that? Maybe there's something that's using key that pushes it. Like
there must be, but what?
Maybe the stage. Like what would? That doesn't make sense.
Oh, why would the key not? Oh, no. I'm gonna save this because I don't know what's going on.
Did it right that time.
I don't know. It's weird because like this, clicking the green flag should have gone and moved it to this location. Maybe it was out of sync with the name.
Maybe. But it worked, right?
Yeah. I don't.
I think we'll just have to take it.
So, yeah. So I was gonna just show that, like, make sure I get my. So what I did is, so this up here is the castle. When I come over here and I go up, this actually put me in the room that's above the dragon. So the dragon is below me. So if I go down, the dragon's there. So what's neat is that because we've done that thing where we can just kind of jump anywhere, we just had to jump to that location. So I think it makes it possible for us to set up a new room for the castle, which if we want to do that, we're going to need the costume that's like...
Well, it's just the same one for the other castle.
Yeah, so we need this one here.
Yeah.
So
open on
6.
top and bottom. And we're going to need like a black color.
Ooh, we don't have anything that defines color for the rooms. We do want that though.
We do. I mean, we do sort of because we're setting it to gold.
But it's right, but
And
it's
it's red.
we are setting it to gold, but I don't think in the room change effect we're just switching the costume. We're not
Right. But we could add to that block if we want. Like we could define a color in there, even.
we could. We could. I think we should. Then we just have to
Yeah.
update. When I receive changing room. Switch to custom 6 is a custom block, right?
That's just a ring that we put around. So that just calls that code. So you can add to it.
Oh,
Switch to costume is legit. That's just a regular block.
Oh, good. Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
so
much.
you can. That's what I was saying. We can just drop something on there, or we could even. Yeah, there's a lot of things we can do.
Yeah.
So
I'm on board now, man. I was
because you can even get out like current room, and then like you can. Yeah, there's. I think that even that drop down, you can get a variable into there for that costume. Not
we
that we
don't
need
even
to do that, but
yeah, I was gonna say I think all we need to do.
you might need to do like. I think it's 0, John. Wasn't it? No, it just takes it back to its red.
Yeah. Ooh, wait a minute. You know what?
Is it the negative?
I think it was. Uh,
I need. I'll look that up.
getting closer. Oh, we got gray. I think the best we might be able to do is gray. Maybe.
Hmm.
I mean, honestly, with the fact of the way that we're doing it, we could actually just have other costumes.
That's true. We could just draw a black one.
Yeah, I could just draw a black one, but maybe we could do this color. We could just do gray. Yeah. Okay. Good. So I think maybe what we can do. Where did I? All right. So I'll take this. So what I want to do is I'm going to create a variable for the negative, right? So I'm going to just do negative color black. Just do gray because it's actually gray. I don't think we can actually get it to black. Could we? Maybe if we mixed.
Oh, take the brightness out.
Oh, brightness.
Take the brightness down to 0. Did that do it? No.
Well, hold on.
Is it still negative? Black is a desaturated color rather than its own hue. So black and white sprites don't really work for the color effect.
All right, so that's why the black key wasn't working.
Right.
We need to. Let me try this first. Let's try that.
There's no known limit for the brightness effect, as the pixelate effect. Eventually, changing the brightness effect will have no effect on the image. If the brightness is less than or equal to -100, it will appear entirely black.
Which I just found out because I just did it. I was like,
I must have teleported it to you as I was reading it.
I felt like we had done this once before.
Right, and the other way, if you set it to 100, apparently it'll be white.
It'll be white. All right. Well, then we can do the white castle and the black castle.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do this. We'll duplicate this because we need a 6. We're gonna make this 7, but it will also have the costume of 6. But we'll then switch the brightness to that.
Yeah.
The only thing is that now we have to duplicate this and set that to 0 for each one of the each one of these.
Right, because they're not affected in that way.
Right. All right. This up. I think that. So now we made that 7. So let's make oh, I said I was gonna draw this out and I did not. But 0 is our starting room. So we go down to 5. Yeah, we go.
Yeah, down to 5. And up to 1.
No. Yeah. No. It's up to 5, down to
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
I forgot because this is actually the map, the background number, right? So this is where it starts. So it's like it's up. So I do clockwise. So it's up, right, down, left. So then so it goes to 1, which then up, down,
Up, right, down,
or
left.
up, right, down, left. So we go to 4 for the left
So
one.
it's right and left, right?
Yeah, so we go left. And this one has a thing where it goes. Did I mess that up?
Four is that's the costume number, right? So it can only
Yeah.
go up, right? So that's only down. So that takes you what, to the dragon room?
It shouldn't have though. That's why I was getting at, right? So maybe I could just bring up just use Notepad. Let me change my font.
You gotta keep an eye on the time, John.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 0, and then we go up to 5, and then we go down to 1,
Mm-hmm.
but then 1 should, yeah, and then 1 goes up to 0, and then goes right to 2, and then right to 2 and to 4. Oh, but then 4 should actually go up to 2. That's right, because it was doing a weird thing where it would go from here to that room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then the next one was let's see, room 2 couldn't go up or right, but can go down to 3
And left to 1. It's a weird room.
Oh yeah, because
you go back.
Yeah, you
okay,
go back.
You go back.
I was down here trying to go to the thing. I think this is what messed me up in the first place, right? So now on 4 we actually want this to go now to 6, which will be our black castle room.
Okay.
So I think we can even, I may even just keep this and kind of just write these out, right? So this will be the golden castle. 5 is the sword room.
Should add a comment right to this piece of code here.
Oh, how do we do that?
You right click on the palette and say comment. Add comment. And you can type it right in there.
Cool.
That's good, right? And then I'll save it along with the file.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Too bad I can't set the font of it. Yeah, oh well.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, right?
Well, just because then I could have this, you know, it could be evenly spaced. But that's still pretty good. Awesome. All right, so then now I want to create a copy of this. We're going to add room 6, which will actually be costume 7. We don't have a place to go for the black castle just yet. But it actually,
Oh, it'll be room. It'll be a room.
yeah,
type.
so maybe we'll just do 7 for up. And then we'll do, there's nothing left, nothing right. Down would be back to 4. And then nothing left. All right, cool. So then I can duplicate this. This will actually still be 7.
Right, the room number, like the costume number, will be 7.
Yeah, and up actually will go to 8. So that'll have its own room. Right would still be nowhere, but down would be back to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me just write that on here and just kind of go. So we're going up to 7.
Uh-huh.
There's actually, yeah, because there's one more above that, right? Yeah. Oop. We went to 8. Because 8's where the next key, I think, is.
Okay.
Or the chalice. I'm sorry, the chalice is in the 8. So here I can just real quickly put on here, would say 6 is black castle. 7 is the magnet.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 is the chalice. How do you spell chalice? I don't know how to spell chalice.
Chalice. Chalica.
I see. All right, good.
Could probably call it a grail even.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so let me just duplicate this picture. We actually don't have a costume for this one, so we'll have to add a new costume. Because up will be -1, left and right will be -1, and this will go back to 7.
Right. Same way in and out. Okay.
So let me come over to the walls. Let's duplicate this one. This will be, shoot, what's the costume for it? Room 1. Right, so we won't have the castle there, but at least we can do this portion, and we'll get this done, and we'll add the actual castle in next week.
Right.
Oh no!
It didn't turn into.
I thought by default it changed it to this.
We must have to, because we didn't actually change rooms, maybe?
No, this is that same weirdness that I was running into before where it wasn't resetting properly for the green.
Are we not where we're...
We are not where we're supposed to be. So for... Oh, we didn't change this.
Yeah,
we didn't change that
up to 6.
6. Yeah.
Is right supposed to be 1?
Right should be... Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
1, because 4 should go back to 1 here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And up to 6. Okay.
And up to 6, yeah. I wonder if I should... Can I do this? It doesn't.
The pipes.
Well, so the hard part to tell is that 6 and 0 are not connected, and 7 and
Right.
5 are not connected.
That's what I'm saying. You could do pipes in between the lines as well if you really wanted to.
Yeah. So like make these like that, so you can't go through there.
Yeah, you could do something like that. I was thinking of connecting them between the lines with pipes, but that works too, to show like a block.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to do it in the. I'd have to. I'll work on it.
It's 10:02 though, so we'll work on that after. I just want to see
Yeah.
let's get to the right room and have it turn colors. Or no.
There it
color.
is.
There it is.
So it'd be the castle, the magnet, the chalice. Oh,
why is that? Oh, error.
expect.
Because we didn't add the room in here.
Oh,
Oh, it's 7 still. Okay.
All right. So let me try this again. So now we come over here. It's black, castle, magnet, chalice, magnet, castle, back to our room out. All right.
Dragon.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, that's success. Save it.
That is now saved. I think it's pretty neat that we're getting this. We're building out the rooms. We're getting the different stuff happening. It's
Yeah,
like
I agree.
the fact that we can actually have. I have to tell you, I'm pretty stoked that it's actually getting like multiple rooms together and being able to kind of set up these maps and like how quickly we can kind of lay these out with this data set, right? So we're able to use this structure to kind of really define very quickly where we're going. I feel like we've been able to do more, like create more diversity in the game so quickly with it.
Yeah, well, and I mean, and this is like an example of how, like, even though this is block code and this is Snap, and it's like, for kids or for beginners, actually applying engineering principles is still worth the trouble. You know what I mean? Because that stuff doesn't change. Even if you're doing blocks, like being able to go in here and after the fact kind of tweak stuff or swap something out because we built the appropriate separations and stuff, and like loading all this into a list, because this doesn't have to be in a list. This could be a bunch of willy-nilly things. You know what I mean? This could be a bunch of broadcasts or something just lying in the sprites. So because we chose to do it this way, though, that goes to what you were saying, where now we can go in there and we can make these adjustments and quickly. Now we can build a map out because we bothered to put this together into that structure. So
Yeah.
cool. I mean, that was sort of the long-winded explanation, I guess, but I think it's really awesome that those engineering principles still apply.
Yeah. That's great, right? And that's the thing I think is neat, that we're able to do that in here. And we're able to make that happen. So you do get to learn a lot about it. And you're going to figure out this is how you do this type of stuff. I mean, the fact that this is basically a simple list, which is basically just an array of an array, this is what we have. Newer programming languages have ways of doing this that don't require you to do arrays of arrays. And it gives you the option to use like objects and formalized variables and stuff like that. But this is really ultimately what you're doing is just bags of data. And so you have bags of data, and that's what we're talking about. And it makes this stuff really possible. So we're going to be able to build this whole thing out pretty easily. The hard part actually for games a lot of times is the graphics. So especially for the maps, so we need to draw the maps out. I will try to get that ready for next week so we can kind of put that together and then end up having a challenge to get to the Black Castle.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. There's a lot of progress there. I like it.
I like it too. I like what we've done.
All
right, Pete.
You got to wrap this thing up. It is time.
You've got to get running. So
yes, I do.
all right. Thanks, everybody. And
all right, everybody have a great day.
Yeah, and a great weekend.